We're staying in our new office project.dwg file, and I'm going to show you now how to write a block to its own separate DWG file. You use the WBLOCK command to do this, and what we're going to do, we're going to WBLOCK the dynamic block that we created in the previous video, our little green door here. Now, WBLOCKing is very quick and easy to do, and it writes out the block as its own separate drawing file. So what we do is we go to Write Block on the Block Definition panel on the Insert tab on the ribbon. So there's Write Block there. Now, the good thing is what we can do is we can just use the source block, and then we've got the option to choose our blocks from our existing drawing that we have open. So there's our door DYN, like so. So I don't need to worry about a base point or objects. AutoCAD already knows that from the block definition. However, I can do the entire drawing or just select specific objects if I need to. Now, the file name and path, just ignore that big long path. That's just going to the folder where this new office project drawing is. If I click there, I can go and locate where I want my WBLOCK to go. So you can see there, door dyn.dwg, and I can then hit save and it will save that path. My units are millimeters, the whole drawing is in millimeters. I'll click on OK, keep an eye on the top left corner of the screen. There's a little flash there where the block is written out to its own DWG file. So now I'm going to go up to Open, and you'll notice there is a door DYN drawing there. So that block has been written out to its own drawing. I'm going to open up that file. I've still got my new office project open. Now, the door dyn.dwg contains authoring elements. That's our dynamic flip that we set up, the parameters and the actions. Do you want to open it in the block editor? We're going to say yes to that. So we open it in the editor. Now, that's really cool because AutoCAD has realized, oh, hang on a minute, this is a dynamic block. Do you want to open it in the block editor? So I'm opening a drawing in the block editor rather than a block, if you get what I mean. It's a bit weird to think about, but this is a block that I've opened in the block editor that currently is a drawing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make one simple change here. I'm going to go to the Home tab on the ribbon, make sure that I'm still using layer 0, which I am, and then what I'm going to do is draw a line. And that line is going to go from that endpoint, make sure you get the endpoint snap, to that endpoint snap. Enter to finish. I'm going to select the arc and I'm going to delete the arc. So it's just a case of right click, erase. So all I've changed there is I've gone from an arc to a straight line for the door swing. Now the good thing is I can go back to the block editor. I can go back to test block. I'm now in the test area. Check the flip still works, which it doesn't. It's not flipping the way I want it to, which is a bit strange. But that's no problem because what I can do now is close the test block. And the trick here now is to remove this. So I'll just erase that like that. And what I'll do, I'll go to parameters and I'll put a new flip parameter in. Remember we did shift and right click for mid between 2 points. So I go endpoint, endpoint, like so. Up the polar tracking line and click. There's flip state 1. Go to the actions again. Put the flip action in. Select the parameter like we did previously. And then select all the objects. Make sure you get absolutely everything, like so. And then just press enter to confirm. Now we go back to the test block. And we just do a quick test, make sure that flip does what it should. Yes, it does. So I can close the test block. So that's all done. I can save the block. So I'll save that, close the block editor, save the changes to the current drawing. Now, this is interesting because what it's letting me know is I'm saving the changes to the door DYN drawing. So I'm going to save the changes to the drawing. So if I pan across now, you'll notice that's gone, that drawing. And what I can do now is bring in the new dynamic block. Let's go and open up that door DYN though again, because it's just here. Now, open in block editor? No, not in this particular case. So what I can do is when I open up the drawing, you'll notice there, it's just lines. There's nothing in there that lets me know that that's a dynamic block. So it's really cool that AutoCAD has gone, hey, that's a dynamic block. Let's open up the block in the drawing. That's really important. So I'll just close that. I won't save any changes. Now we've got a block here, door DYN, and we've got a drawing, door DYN. Now I'm going to utilize an old-fashioned command. It's called classic insert. It's the old way of inserting blocks into your AutoCAD drawing. Classic insert is the old dialog box method. So there's my door DYN. Now I'm going to browse this time, go to my exercise files, and there's my reusing content folder there. There's my door DYN. Looks a bit tiny there on the preview, but don't worry about that. When I click on open, I'm specifying the insertion point on screen. Scale is 1, rotation 0, etc. Notice there's a little dynamic symbol, a little lightning symbol there. When I click on OK, I'm going to redefine the block as I bring it in. Notice it updates. I'll pop that door over there. So I've made those necessary changes in the DWG file that I W blocked out. I've then brought in, using classic insert, the drawing with the same name as the existing dynamic block in the drawing. It's clever stuff, especially if you've got 500 doors that you need to change the swing from an arc to a line. So W block the block out, make the necessary changes, and use classic insert to bring them back in and redefine the block.